Hey everyone, welcome to this channel. Watching this video will deepen your understanding of why we as living creatures need to sleep.
I've been lacking sleep lately.
Well then, let's learn together. We'll unravel the mystery of sleep by looking at the characteristics of non-REM and REM sleep.
I've heard those terms before. Deep sleep and light sleep, right?
Nope, that's not it. Non-REM and REM sleep aren't about the quality of sleep. They play entirely different roles.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, let's learn together. Everyone, let's learn together.
Share your thoughts in the comments.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give us a like. Let's start by talking about sleep. You understand that sleep is important, right?
Of course. If you pull an all-nighter or don't get enough sleep, you start to feel unwell.
That's right. Many people know that sleep is very important. Now, take a look at this.
What is this?
This represents the sleeping times of mammals.
Animals have very different sleeping times, don't they?
Exactly. But it's not just that. Currently, there are no known species of mammals that don't sleep.
So all confirmed mammals sleep then.
Exactly. Moreover, as of now, all species of vertebrates are believed to sleep. Furthermore, even invertebrates like insects and mollusks have been confirmed to sleep.
I'm surprised because I thought insects didn't sleep.
The latest research has found that even jellyfish, which don't have brains, sleep. This suggests that in the evolutionary process, organisms acquired the ability to sleep before they developed brains. And as I explained, the fact that so many organisms need sleep is quite fascinating.
What do you mean?
When we sleep, we lose consciousness and our response to various stimuli from the outside world becomes dull, right?
Right. In the wild, you might be attacked and eaten while sleeping.
Exactly. Being defenseless during sleep in the natural world poses a significant risk. In the flip side, if creatures that don't need to sleep emerge through evolution, it wouldn't be odd if most of the life on Earth consisted of creatures that didn't sleep, since it would be highly advantageous for survival.
Yet, the fact that creatures that don't sleep haven't proliferated worldwide through evolution suggests that sleep plays a role that's more vital than its associated risks.
You're absolutely right. From here, let's discuss the effects of not sleeping. In 1989, research was conducted using rats to determine what happens in a state of continuous sleep deprivation. In the experiment, the rats were kept in a state of sleep deprivation by stimulating them every time they tried to sleep.
That sounds like a cruel experiment.
As a result of this experiment, the sleep-deprived rats ate more but lost weight. Their fur fell out, damage to the skin became noticeable, and they also developed abnormalities in the autonomic nervous system and multiple organ failure. Ultimately, they died within 2-3 weeks of sleep deprivation.
I expected as much, but not sleeping really does bring about various symptoms. I wonder how long humans can stay awake?
The Guinness World Record for the longest a human has stayed awake is 264 hours, or 11 days. This record was set in 1964 by Randy Gardner, who was 17 years old at the time. He attempted to break the sleep deprivation record for his high school science project.
That sounds like a pitiable experiment. I wonder what it feels like.
Randy Gardner started feeling unwell on the second day of his sleep deprivation. He also became irritable, showed memory impairment, lost his ability to concentrate, and seemed to have difficulty even watching television. By the fourth day, he began to hallucinate, complained of severe fatigue, and by the seventh day, he developed tremors and speech disorders. The challenge ended after 11 days, and Randy Gardner woke up after 15 hours of sleep.
So he was awake for 11 days straight and then woke up again after 15 hours. Was he a superhuman?
Moreover, he completely regained his original life rhythm a week after the sleep deprivation challenge ended.
The impact of sleep deprivation was less than I thought. That's good.
However, it appears that for more than 40 years after the experiment, he was plagued by after effects of the sleep deprivation.
What? So sleep deprivation is dangerous after all. I'll make sure to get enough sleep every day.
That's a good idea. Currently, because of its high risk, new Guinness records of sleep deprivation are not recognized. Well, I think you now understand what happens when you don't sleep.
Yes, I do.
The main topic starts from here. I'll delve into the differences between non-REM sleep and REM sleep. As everyone knows, there are two types of sleep: non-REM sleep and REM sleep. This represents a chart of a typical adult's sleep progression throughout the night.
I've heard about this. The sleep cycle is usually about 90 minutes, right?
Indeed, this cycle isn't consistent throughout the night. As shown in the diagram, the amount of deep non-REM sleep is greater at the beginning of sleep, and REM sleep increases in the latter half.
I often hear that it's important to get a good amount of non-REM sleep since non-REM is the deep sleep and REM is the light sleep.
As I initially mentioned, this belief is now thought to be mistaken. Non-REM sleep and REM sleep are not just different in depth. Each has different roles, and both types of sleep are considered important.
Neither can be missing, huh? I'll make sure to study this properly after hearing today's discussion.
Then, let's learn about the differences between non-REM sleep and REM sleep. I have summarized the characteristics of wakefulness, non-REM sleep, and REM sleep in this table.
Wakefulness is pretty straightforward.
During wakefulness, consciousness is clear, and sensations to the outside world are of course transmitted normally. Furthermore, muscles are functioning normally.
That's something obvious without being told.
Next, we'll look at the features of non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is considered to be the brain's rest time. During non-REM sleep, the brain's energy consumption and neuronal activity are at their lowest throughout the day. The response to external stimuli is dull, but you can still react, such as waking up to a loud noise, although not as much as during wakefulness. As for muscles, although their activity decreases, they are kept in a state where movements like turning over can be performed. And you can also dream during non-REM sleep.
I've heard that dreams occur during REM sleep, but they also occur during non-REM sleep.
The content of dreams differs between non-REM and REM sleep. Dreams during non-REM sleep tend to be simpler, while during REM sleep, you often see more complex dreams, like stories.
It's surprising that the types of dreams change.
Moving on to REM sleep. As I mentioned earlier, during REM sleep, the brain activity intensifies. Also, sensations to external stimuli are mostly not transmitted during REM sleep. As for the muscles during REM sleep, signals that paralyze the motor nerves are sent from the brain, so you cannot move any muscles except for a few, like the eye muscles and respiratory muscles.
You can't move your body during REM sleep, right? Isn't that a bit inconvenient?
Actually, it's crucial that the body doesn't move. The dreams you see during REM sleep differ from those in non-REM sleep and often contain strange content and emotional stories. Furthermore, in dreams during REM sleep, you often see yourself moving.
How does that relate to not being able to move your body during REM sleep?
If your body could move freely during REM sleep, you would actually perform the movements you're doing in your dreams while you're sleeping. To prevent this, your muscles are paralyzed during REM sleep. However, there's a condition called REM sleep behavior disorder, where the muscle paralysis doesn't occur during REM sleep, and people act out their dreams while sleeping.
I've never heard of such a disease before.
Additionally, sleep paralysis has a connection to REM sleep. If you transition into REM sleep immediately after falling asleep, your brain remains in a wakeful state, while the muscle paralysis characteristic of REM sleep occurs. This results in a state of sleep paralysis where you're conscious but can't move your body. In medical terms, it's called sleep paralysis.
So, sleep paralysis can also be explained scientifically.
These roughly outline the differences between non-REM and REM sleep. The brain is in a resting state. In REM sleep, although less responsive to external stimuli, the brain is actively functioning. These states are easier to understand if you imagine them like a computer. When awake, the brain is in an online state, processing external information. During non-REM sleep, the brain is in a sleep state, barely reacting to the outside world. During REM sleep, the brain is active but doesn't take in outside information, similar to being offline.
That's an easy-to-understand analogy.
From what we've discussed so far, you should have understood that non-REM sleep and REM sleep are distinct sleep states.
Yes, I got it. So, do we know the roles that non-REM sleep and REM sleep play? If it's just about resting the brain, wouldn't non-REM sleep be enough? Do we need REM sleep?
Recently, the significant role of REM sleep has been gradually becoming clear. Now, let's discuss today's main topic, the role of REM sleep.
I look forward to it.
First, I'll introduce an experiment that investigated if REM sleep is truly necessary. In experiments using lab animals, To determine the importance of REM sleep, animals were forcibly awakened as they entered REM sleep, depriving them of just the REM phase.
Since REM sleep starts after non-REM sleep, the total sleep time can still be ensured even if the animals are awakened during REM sleep.
In other words, if REM sleep isn't necessary, there shouldn't be any particular problems. However, as the process of waking them up during REM sleep was repeated, the time it took to transition from non-REM sleep to REM sleep gradually shortened, and eventually REM sleep appeared directly without non-REM sleep.
So that means REM sleep has a different role than non-REM sleep, and when there's less REM sleep, the body tries to make up for the lack of REM sleep.
That's right. From this experiment, it was predicted that REM sleep is not just a shallow sleep, but has some important role.
What kind of negative effects can occur if we don't get REM sleep?
We still don't know much about what kind of negative effects can occur, but a paper was published in 2020.
What kind of paper is it?
This paper examined the relationship between the proportion of REM sleep in sleep time and mortality rate. REM sleep occupies about 25% of sleep time, but surprisingly, for every 5 decrease in the proportion of REM sleep, the mortality rate increased by 13%.
Very long animals.
I think we'll wrap up here for today.
It's surprising how much we don't know about something we do every day, like sleep.
In fact, even in modern science, there's still so much we don't know about sleep.
Looking forward to advancements in research then.
On this channel, we're learning together with everyone about history, science, culture, and more.
Please subscribe to Very Long Academy and eagerly await our next video. Your likes and comments make us really happy.
See you in the next video.
Bye-bye.